Hmm. Hi, sir. Hello.
Yeah, I am hearing, sir.
Okay, great. So we are going to have a demo on MM, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I have a question to both of you. What is SAP?
SMA means a system application product in data processing,
Okay.
where we
Are
are
you using SAP
integrating.
anywhere?
Sorry.
Are you using SAP anywhere?
Actually, sir, I am using Oracle. Oracle in Imdad
Okay.
Group in Dubai. Basically, it's related to somewhat half percent. I can say I'm mostly in the this consulting phase, and mostly and other things end user type I'm using Oracle, like uploading documents, assigning the materials, purchase PRPO processing, and plus QCS also. I'm doing the same thing in Oracle.
Which company?
Imdad Group, Dubai.
Okay. And Mr. Arif, you are working?
Yes, sir. I am working. I am a Japanese. Hello,
Hello.
am
Yeah,
I
yeah.
audible?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So I am a Japanese language expert. So, I am new in SAP. So
Mm-hmm.
I am planning a bilingual SAP consultant career.
Great.
So that's because there are a lot of Japanese industry companies are there in India as well as in overseas.
Yeah.
So I've seen a lot of opportunities are there for those who have the Japanese skills.
Great.
So that's why someone suggested that the material management is like a short term,
Universal.
a good course for short term. So that's why I thought to learn.
Good. All right. So, as Deepak suggested, SAP is a
Mhm.
business software. It's a systems, applications, and products in data processing. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Deepak, can you mute your mic?
Okay. Sorry.
Sir, are you the trainer, sir? You will be only having the teaching the SAP MM module.
I am the only person. I mean, I am also a trainer. My name is Narendra Lohokare, and I have
Okay.
total experience of 45 years.
Okay, in SAP, sir.
No, 23 years I was in manufacturing. 22 years I am working in SAP.
Okay. So who will be teaching us, sir?
I will be teaching you.
Okay. Okay, sir. So the thing is, the dot we have. So I have some question. Can I go through or at the end of the session?
No, you can ask right away.
Okay. Sir, the thing is, I want to know, actually, even I have watched some videos on in SAP of SAP, sir, MM module on
Yeah.
YouTube, and I have purchased ACC server for some days. Okay, and I tried myself to learn from YouTube, but I was getting a lot of error. So I thought
Right.
it would be better to have class. No. So who can solve the error? Because without solving error or without clearing the dot, we cannot, move further. So
Right.
may I know how actually you'll be having classes in weekdays, right, or weekend?
See, if both of you agree for the same time, I can take it on weekdays, morning, evening, afternoon. I mean, I leave it to you because both of you are working. Correct?
Yes, sir. Actually, my office is until Saturday. I have only one day off, but I can manage from Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. So after other week days, I will practice it on mostly on the same time, like
So,
7.
so how we can clear the dots, or like on WhatsApp group, or suppose I faced some error. Okay, I'm
Mm.
doing practice or I'm facing some error. So can you solve it if I put the text the screenshot on WhatsApp group or somewhere? So is there any platform where we can clear that out?
Here is a platform. See, when our training starts, a separate WhatsApp group is created between you and me.
Okay.
Okay, and of course, the institute. Okay. Now, what we will discuss today is what is SAP, how does it work, what is the implementation methodology, what is the support methodology, and then there is the training. In training, we cover a lot of subjects. I mean, in there are a lot of topics which we will teach you. Okay, and once we teach you, you will get confident that, oh yeah, that error was for that, that error was for that. So let me explain what is SAP first. Now, as both of you are working, Deepak, you are in IT scenario or you are in manufacturing?
Sir, basically my company is in facility management, but my work is in both IT also and industrial level also. Like I'm checking the material from vendor. I'm the responsible for their transportation also. Then I'm assigning to my team leader and getting a complete report from the client after done. Like this, everything I'm doing here as a service engineer.
Okay, okay, okay.
But mostly what
And
happened in UAE, Oracle only 2-3 companies using, and more maximum openings are in SAP, like SAP MM, SD, or FICO. So that's why I wanted to shift in SAP. And even in India is also having some growth, means what I saw.
all right. So you are placed in UAE.
Yes, sir. Yes, in Dubai.
And Arif, you are placed in Sharjah?
No, in Dubai only itself. Like
No, no.
in
I'm
Dubai
asking
there
Arif.
is a.
I'm
Sorry.
asking Arif.
Okay.
Sir, no, actually, I am from I am from Bihar, Bodh Gaya.
Okay.
So, and I have worked for Amazon 1.5 years.
Hmm.
And now I have shifted in Williamsley, and I am working on. I'm working for a client which is the bank, like Deutsche Bank. You might have heard about
Okay.
it.
Deutsche Bank.
So,
Okay.
so I am in like as a Japanese language expert. I am supporting to Japan team. But
All right.
along with this, I have. But I am quite new in SAP, sir.
Mm-hmm.
So
All right. All right. So which city are you staying right now?
right now I'm in staying in Chennai, sir.
Chennai. Great. All right. So let us start. So as I said, SAP is a business software. Now, as you know, even if I take case of Amazon or any process industry or manufacturing industry, the crux of running a business, all right, there are various functions. There are various functions. Like there is a demand. When I run a business, I get some demand. Okay, whether it is service company or manufacturing company, and depending upon the product or the nature of the company, I have to fulfill the demand of the customer. Correct? Now, to fulfill the demand, either I have to provide the service or I have to produce the product, manufacture it, and hand it over to the customer. All right. So you might be knowing, Deepak, you have a technical background.
Yes, sir. I did my master's in mechanical engineering, product design development.
Great.
Yes.
And Arif, you are a Japanese expert. So before that, what did you do?
Yes, I am graduate, sir, in Japanese language.
All right, all right, all right. Okay, okay. So we will be talking so that you also understand what I'm saying. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now we must be knowing you must have purchased some bike or car or something, right? So let us understand that there has to be some demand. That demand has to be fulfilled. Okay. And for that demand, there what do I need? I need to procure materials. I need to produce the part components, and I need to check those After checking if the material or services are correct, then I hand it over to the customer and then I reach the invoice. Is that the order to cash cycle?
Yes, sir.
Right. Now, this means that there is a function called sales and distribution. The goods or services are sold or serviced or distributed. Then there is something called materials management. Materials management is important in two aspects. One, it deals with buying the material or buying the services and providing the same. Okay. At the same time, it also deals with inventory management. Inventory management is our inventory. Inventory store, stock. And the stock we purchase, whatever materials we purchase, there is a cash outflow of the company. Okay. Now, why MM? I'll tell you. Wherever you go, you work in service industry or you work with a trader or you work in a manufacturing company. Okay. When you become a consultant, you go to any of the concern, there has to be MM, FI, and sales, SD. SD means sales and distribution in SAP. FI means finance and controlling, and MM means materials management. Now the name itself says materials management. So you have to manage the materials. Now what is the beauty of MM? That you have to check the demand. According to demand, you have to purchase the materials or services and provide to the user, your internal user, who is a manufacturing guy or a service guy or whoever or customer, and provide the finished product to the customer on time. So if the service has to be provided to the customer on time or the material has to be provided to the customer on time, we also have to procure the material on time. Okay. So what we see is there is a function called sales, materials management, production, quality management, plant maintenance, and these are called as logistics modules. These are called as logistics modules. And then beauty of SAP, unlike Oracle, is finance is also integrated in SAP with logistics functions. For example, Arif, I would like to ask you, do you have a car or a bike?
Yes, sir, I have bike.
You have a bike. When you purchase the bike, you went to the dealer and you said, I want some red or black color or some color of so and so model, so and so power bike.
Yes, sir.
And when you took it, you paid the money by transfer or cash or check or whatever, and you got the receipt. Correct?
Yeah.
Now there is a lot of logistics behind it. Okay, there is a lot of logistics behind it. Now what has happened is the moment you purchase the motorcycle, the stock of the vendor went down. Right?
Yeah. Yes.
Now
Exactly.
the moment his stock has gone down, he knows there is a demand for the model. So what will he do? He will raise the demand to the manufacturer.
Yeah. You'll raise a request. Yeah.
Tell me.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Definitely, the dealer will raise the request to the vendor or
to the customer, to the manufacturer.
Manufacturer.
Correct. Now, in turn, what will manufacturer do? For a manufacturer, some components, some sub-assemblies are design critical. So the parts which are design critical are manufactured by the manufacturer himself. And the parts which are not design critical are purchased by MM module from the outside world, that is vendors. Correct?
Yes, sir.
Both of you are getting me or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Correct.
Right. Now what happens is, suppose I am in India and I am in Delhi and I am buying some material from Mumbai. You know, MM has one important part, that is law of the land. The taxation, the prices. If I am in India, then I have definitely concern about IGST, CGST, SGST and all, correct?
Yes, sir.
So MM deals with materials management, buying the materials along with the proper taxes of the land, and buying on time, required quantity, not excess, not short. And they have to see why MM is important, because they, depending upon their performance, the manufacturing company is going to be run. And if you don't provide the material, the manufacturing facility will come to a standstill. Okay. So MM is important from the perspective of buying the materials or services, providing to the proper customer on time, paying all the taxes on time, and seeing that the function runs smoothly. Now, with all the functions I've told you, sales, materials, production, quality, what is the key factor? What is the key factor? Suppose a salesperson like Arif purchased a motorcycle. For that manufacturing company, there are hundreds of dealers across India. And they bring the demand every day or every week or every month. Ultimately, time is the key. Correct or not, Arif?
Yes, sir.
Correct. Yes, sir, correct.
Time is the key. Time is the key. Because suppose Mr. Arif goes and says, I want Pulsar 200, red color with such and such facility, such and such Firan and all that. If it is not available, what will you do? You go to second dealer. If it is not available, you change your mind, you go to another model of another company. That means whatever is needed by the customer has to be provided by the manufacturer on time as fast as possible. Now, this will be possible only if the information across the functions is provided as fast as possible, correct?
Yes,
Yes,
correct.
sir.
In that case, SAP is a software which is online real time. Online real time. For example, if Mr. Deepak is sitting in UAE and he says, I want 5 motorcycles from India. Mr. Arif is his friend and he has the dealership. And he says, all right, I do not have in my stock. I will order the bikes from the manufacturer. And he wants those motorcycles in 2 or 3 days from the manufacturing point. Now,
Sir,
what will
in
you
this
do?
case, sir, excuse me. In this case, the dealer and the manufacturer must have the SAP software, right? Or dealer only required.
No. Manufacturer has to have. If manufacturer doesn't have SAP, there is no point dealer having SAP. Suppose dealer has SAP and I am a manufacturer, I do not have SAP. Still, what will happen? You will create a sale or purchase order on me in SAP. You will send me the copy of purchase order and I will give you the motorcycles. Question is, for a manufacturer, it is important that all his dealers or his vendors have some or other software by which they provide their materials or services on time. Correct or not?
Yes, correct.
Now, in 2003, SAP had 150,000 SAP using companies. Today, it is about 375 companies across globe. All right. And when I
Sir,
say
I have
all
one
the
question. Sorry,
okay,
disturb you.
no,
SAP is more cheaper, that's why people are going to this, or Oracle is more complicated?
this
Means,
is a different question because SAP is not cheap.
okay.
SAP is not cheap. If you
Uh-huh.
go, if you go to any ERP is enterprise resource planning. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now, what is an enterprise? Can you tell me?
Enterprise, which is means delivering the products, or who is manufacturing the product. It's just like small scale industries.
So that means when I'm taking example of Mr. Arif's motorcycle, okay, the engine is the crux, gearbox is the crux. So engine and gearbox are manufactured by the company itself. Let us take example of Hero Honda, Hero motorcycles or Bajaj motorcycles. And what do? They take chassis, they take spokes, they take wheels, they take tires, they take nuts and bolts from the vendors because they are not design critical. Correct, Mr. Arif?
Yes, sir.
So, if my vendor of nuts or bolts, if he doesn't supply, will I be able to produce the motorcycle? No.
No, sir.
So, the smallest vendor, his bigger vendor, his next level vendor, my manufacturing company, my dealer, my retailer are part of my enterprise.
Okay, got it.
Sir,
Okay.
can you repeat, sir, one again? I didn't
Vendor
get.
of vendor, from vendor of vendor, manufacturer to dealer, retailer, distributor are part of my enterprise.
Yes.
Okay. And these ERP companies or SAP, Oracle, PeopleSoft, there are 4, 5, but SAP and
Workday.
Oracle are the, pardon?
Sorry, Workday is also like part of ERP.
Yeah. Okay. So what happens is, if when I get purchase order from Arif, what I do is I create the sale order. After sale order, I pass on that requirements of different materials to materials module people. The materials module people then go to different vendors and they ask them to provide the quantity of the material on so and so date, on so and so time. Okay. Now, if my information is not passed on to the vendors on time, will I get the material on time? No.
No, sir, no. It will be interrupted and
will
the
be
business
delayed.
will get lost. Business will go into loss.
Correct. Now, if I don't receive the materials, I don't manufacture on time. If I don't manufacture on time, I cannot distribute to the customer or dealers on time. And if that happens, what happens is it is a loss of sale for my manufacturing company. Right, Deepak?
Correct. Yes, sir, correct.
At the same time, I want to know through finance that if my motorcycle is costing, not selling, if my costing price or cost price is 1 lakh rupees and I'm selling it for 1,25,000, in that 1 lakh rupees, how much is the content of material? Let's say it is 60,000. Now, if with that 60,000, what is my inventory level? Do I have sufficient material to produce my finished goods? Okay. So if I want that MIS or information quickly, then SAP is the software which provides you all the information on time, real time. Online real time means today Arif is traveling to US. Deepak is sitting in UAE, but Arif is giving the order to his Indian counterpart. And Indian counterpart is buying material from Indian vendors as well as import vendors. All right. So the picture of manufacturing is now global. The picture of services is now global. Correct? So in
Yes,
that case, I want a software that will talk to my users quickly and they can take the action quickly, which means in today's fastest world, we want information online real time and passing on the information is the key. So in a company working with 25,000 staff means let's say 20,000 workers and 5,000 engineers. Is it possible for me to pass on the information through mails or papers or documents? There will be havoc. I want it
yes.
internet based. I want it fast. And depending upon the role of each person in the company, I give the relevant information to that person without doing anything. So that is the beauty of SAP.
So SAP
Now,
is a like cloud-based system or a server-based system?
it is today cloud-based also. It is server-based,
Okay.
it is cloud-based, it is public cloud, private cloud. You can do it anyway.
Oh, okay.
Since the S4 HANA came, I think it became the cloud based, right?
You are testing me or I am testing you?
I'm just sorry,
You are
sorry
right.
for the
You are right. You are
right,
right. You are right.
right.
You are right. I'll tell you. Before
Sorry for the
2017,
wrong addressing.
no. I'll tell you. You are right. Before 2017, it was ECC patch 6 was the software. Patch is a program. Now SAP has different programs, thousands of programs inbuilt. For example, you can imagine for a motorcycle, I need almost 2200 components. Okay. And I have 50 buyers. I have 50 production engineers. I have 50 sales engineers and whatnot. So the moment I receive a share order from, let's say, Chennai, I receive the share order in Delhi. And the moment I run my material requirement planning, MRP, okay, the requirements are passed on to respective 50 buyers, 50 production engineers. And the moment the products are ready, the sales engineer gets the information, boss, your material is ready, give it to the customer. Now, without any need of 5,000 engineers to talk to each other, to speak to each other, this information is passed on immediately by SAP online, real time. And that's why SAP is really great. I mean, I am practicing for 22 years. Now I am 65 years old, but the interest in SAP is still the same. Very interesting. And if you are becoming a consultant, then remember, you may get opportunities to implement SAP, new implementation in SAP, or support. Now, in implementation, there is a challenge. For example, my corporate office is in US. My plants are in Austria, UAE, UK, France, and I am distributing the medicines. For example, there is a medicine company. I am distributing these medicines to Japan, South Asia, Middle East, and of course, Europe. How do I do it? In today's days, can you imagine if I do not have SAP, is it possible physically? If I order my medicine today without SAP, it will reach to Japan after 3 months. Imagine the COVID time. Without such softwares, will it be possible for me to create that vaccine? No. Are you understanding?
Yes, sir.
So,
But sir, one question. This
Hmm.
SAP is it's related to end user. Like for example, if I am a customer of you and you are a manufacturer, so it's depends on it is useful for me or is useful for only manufacturer, like implementation level point.
implementation is, or rather, implementation belongs to the consultant.
Okay,
Implementation
okay,
belongs to the consultant. Primarily, I am a new company, or
okay.
let's say I am a new company, and I am going to
Mhm.
produce Maruti cars in Thailand. And my plan is to produce 1,000 cars per day. Okay.
Mhm.
Now, my Maruti has SAP in India. So I asked Thailand, boss, you also have to take SAP. There is a new implementation. What do I do?
Okay,
There I need
got it.
consultants. Okay.
Uh-huh.
There I need consultants. Now, I will tell the infrastructure of SAP.
Mm.
Primarily, it has got database. Okay.
Okay.
And database needs a server. Whether I keep it on in-premise server, or I keep it on my private cloud, or I keep it on my public cloud, because SAP is encouraging public cloud, because that cloud belongs to SAP. See, SAP wants to make money, because using SAP software, you are going to run your business. Now remember, business is still the same. Without SAP, I am running it. When I use SAP, I want some benefit when I use such a huge software. And all these ERP companies, they make their money on license basis. All right. So suppose I have 5,000 engineers with SAP. I expect the same company to do the same business in 2,000 engineers. Okay. So what is the benefit of SAP? Benefit of SAP is increasing my operational efficiency, increasing my cash, increasing my cash. I should know at any point in time what are my receivables, what are my payables, how do I manage my operating cash. All these things come in. So when I am an engineer or when I am an expert in something, okay, it does not mean that company management is changing their view. They are still the same. The product is still the same. The business is still the same. Only thing is, I am going to run it efficiently when I use SAP. And when I am an SAP consultant, it is my responsibility to study the company's current working. Then, as I am a SAP expert, I have to provide the solution to the customer. Sir, when you take SAP, today you are doing it this way. Tomorrow you will be doing it that way. And you have to tell him that how fast it will be beneficiary now. All right. Then once you do that, SAP has database server, then application server. For example, as I gave you example, corporate offices in US, manufacturing plants are in India, UK, Thailand, UAE, and not where. So at all these places, I need a local server. Because tomorrow, suppose UAE has holiday, but I have working plant in Delhi. So I want my server separate. So primary database server is in US. Every plant or every location has got its own application server. And from application server, it is given to every user who uses the desktop or laptop, which is called presentation layer. Got it? So database layer, application layer, and presentation layer. These are the scenarios of business in servers. Now, when it comes to implementation, the philosophy is there are three types of clients. Development client means SAP client, not customers. Development client, quality client, and production client. Production client is business server. Users work on it. But development client, end user. And development client belongs only to the consultant. Okay?
Got it.
Okay. Now I'll give you a brief idea. I am a company. Okay. Now what do you understand by a company? Deepak, what do you understand by a company? What is a company?
Company means if suppose you are a company and I'm customer, you are the or complete big organization where you have the raw material, semi-finished material and finished material. You have the assembly point, you have the distributor plant, you have the different warehouses, and then you have the main office where you are distributing all the new product to the customer.
Fantastic. Now, with this, why do I run such a huge organization? Why should I run the company? Arif, why should I run the business?
Because we usually run the business for the profit of the company.
That is the only purpose.
No, other thing maybe also.
No, other thing is name and fame.
Yes,
Ambani has a lot of money, but who is now running for name and fame? Whether I am number one rich or Adani is number one rich. That's a different game. We do not go for it. We are normal. I mean, we are typical middle class consultants. I don't know if you are rich, but that is the case. Okay, so that huge company in Thailand wants to implement SAP. We buy the servers from server providers, and we purchase number of licenses for development client from SAP, and SAP loads a virgin software of SAP on the development client. Getting me, Deepak?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now what happens is, I go to the customer with my team of consultants. I take Deepak for MM, I take Arif for SD, and lot many. Every one of you talks to the business owner, sales head, finance head, purchase head, procurement head, whatnot. And you ask them, sir, how do you run this? How do you do this? How do you do this? You jot it down. After you jot it down, you suggest them to be processed. To be processed means, sir, when you take SAP, you should not be doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 steps. You should be doing only 1, 2, 3 steps. So how do you save the work? How are you going to design SAP? Designing SAP for each manufacturer or service provider is consultant's job. Okay?
So you will, sir, you will provide all kind of, sir, may I know, like what kind of, I have heard that there is a end user work as Deepak is doing, right?
We are
Deepak,
not end
yes.
users. Our target is end user is the person working in a manufacturing company or a service provider. For example, in Deepak's service providing company, lot of invoices come every day. Okay?
Yes.
Now, who will create the entry of the invoices? The accounts clerk. The
Yes, sir.
moment he does it, it goes to approver, that is chief of the finance
Yes.
department. Then he approves
Yes.
those bills. After approving the bills, the payments are made. Payments are made through what? Automatic payments. Now, SAP
Transaction,
has a
yes.
facility. There is a list of vendors. There is the cash required by them, and you submit that program to your bank, and your bank deposits that money to those vendors' accounts. Right or not?
Yes, sir.
This is possible because of technology, and SAP
Okay.
using beautiful technology. Okay. So I have collected the information the way a company runs its business today. I provide them the information that after SAP, how he is going to run his business, which means you should also know that organization and what solution you should be providing. That knowledge you have to have. Okay. Then you have, after you provide the to-be solution and the customer agrees, all right. Now, the primary question I was asking Arif is, when I run the company for making profits, there is always a concept of financial year. Correct or not?
yes, sir, correct. Every
And
company
at
has
the
a fiscal
end
year.
of at the end of the financial year, what every company has to do?
They just calculate their loss and profit and other things also. For
Which
that, they
means,
must have.
which means every
So,
company, by law of the land, they are bound to publish their balance sheet.
yes.
And that balance sheet is submitted to the government. Okay. And that
Yes,
balance
sir.
sheet is certified by a chartered accountant that yes, whatever the company managing director says is correct. They have not done any fraud, no malpractices and all that. Now,
Yes, sir.
for malpractices like theft, चोरी हो गई, या somebody has done a financial blunder, कंपनी का करोड़ों का पैसा अपने नाम पे घुमा दिया. If we don't want this to happen, SAP has 8 programs designed in such a way that there are controls. You can't cheat company. And these controls are known to the consultants only. So we are the people who design SAP for a customer. And that is done with a step called business blueprint. Business blueprint says this is my company code. Okay, SAP is run all by company codes. Codes, I mean, there is a codification.
Like T codes, right? What we are means actually I saw some videos and some information. That is T codes, right? Sir. Okay,
Yeah.
T codes are transaction codes. With
okay,
transaction
okay.
code, I run my business with the help of end users. Transaction codes are same for all companies, all customers of SAP. Okay, but when I'm talking of business blueprint, there is a company, there is a sales organization, there is a purchasing organization, there are number of plants which are manufacturing facilities, and there is finance. And for example, if I buy a material, okay, I raise a purchase order. SAP says, sir, you are purchasing a material of 1,000 rupees. You have a liability of 1,000 rupees after 30 days. Okay, that means after 30 days, I have to pay to the vendor. I bring that material, I process it, I create a motorcycle and I sell it. The moment I create the invoice, system says, sir, you have a likely receivable. You are likely to receive the money from the customer on 15th day from today. So that means for each transaction done by users, there is equal entry in finance. Okay, this is called integration. So I do any transaction in SAP, every entry goes to finance in terms of money. Okay, so in business blueprint, I design this. As soon as the top of the company approves the design, we try, we put it in development client, and after we put it in development client, we test it. What I do is the person creates a material, he creates a purchase order, he does the GRN, that is goods receipt note, and after GRN, he does the bill passing. After bill passing, he does the payment to the vendor. Then it goes to finance consultant. Finance consultant says, all right, every entry is going to the right general ledger account and my finance is running okay. So the moment your finance is running okay, your business is running okay. Correct or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. They means every company, they maintain their bookkeeping system.
Correct. So this developing this design in SAP is called as configuration. And this configuration is the knowledge of the consultant. Configuration is the
Okay.
skill of the consultant. And that is
Okay,
why
okay.
SAP consultants are valuable in the world. They get more money than other consultants in universe. So that's the
Okay.
beauty of SAP.
Okay.
Okay.
I have one question, sir.
Huh.
Yeah, this means in configuration, basically our entire curriculum is related to practical knowledge, right? Like practical industrial work means you are giving us projects like that, or how?
I'll repeat again. My customers are business owners. They are either manufacturers of engineering goods, automobiles, paint, pharmaceuticals, cloth, or whatever. Once you become a consultant, the whole world of different manufacturers is open to you. It is not that today you are working in service industry means you will not go to Asian Paints and don't implement SAP there.
Okay, okay.
Okay, so you can go to any place or
Okay.
anywhere. Tomorrow you may go to Austria, you may go to France, you may go to UK, depending upon which company you are working in.
Okay. Got it, sir.
So, yes, Deepak.
No, got it, got it.
Okay, so that is the beauty of SAP. That SAP consultants are in demand. Typically, FI, and SD consultants are always in demand. And once you become a consultant, the world is small because SAP is universal. Any company in the world can use the SAP, and many big groups, even Reliance has SAP. You name any company in India, big organization, and they have SAP. Today, businesses cannot run without SAP. So that's why what I will train you is, so remember, my answer is the businesses are still the same. Manufacturers are still the same. SAP is only enabling them to run their business efficiently by having the right information at the right time and to the right person. Okay. So if you have seen videos from the perspective of an end user, forget it. You are the designers of SAP for a customer. And then when the end user has any trouble, that some program of SAP is not working properly, then you are the person to solve their issues, concerns, tickets, whatever you call. You have to solve those problems, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Okay.
Sir,
Sir,
I have
what
one
is
question.
Yeah, tell me.
Arif, continue, Arif.
Yeah. Thank you. Sir, what is support level work, sir, in SAP?
Root level.
support consultant.
Support
no?
consultant. See, SAP, when you implement SAP, so you are working in a company called Infosys. Okay, and
Yeah.
they have implemented SAP at 100 places. Okay,
Yeah.
and then you are given task that all companies in Europe to whom Infosys is supporting, you will take care of MM. So naturally, you have 100 customers. You are not a single client, I mean, consultant. You may have 10 or 100 consultants. Okay. And then whenever any problem comes to you by the user, sir, I'm not able to print my purchase order. Sir, my tax calculation is not happening correctly. The tax is coming wrongly. Sir, when I have created the purchase order, the automatic email has not gone to the vendor. Okay. So such problems, you are given the server of the customer and you have to go there and see, oh, this is the problem. Then you give the answer, sir, this is wrong. I have corrected it. I have done the configuration. I have changed the configuration. I have changed the master or I have changed the process. And now your work will be fine. So remember, when the business is running, the support has to be strong. You have to give the solution as fast as possible. For example, there is a sale. I have a material worth 10 million in a truck and the invoice is not generated. That is an emergency. Correct or not, Deepak?
Yes, sir.
So what you have to do is, you have to immediately log into the system. You have to check the problem. Why is invoice not getting generated? What is the problem? Has a user made any mistake? If he has made any mistake, you have to find it out. You have to correct and you have to tell the customer, sir, now print the invoice and let the truck go.
Yes, sir.
That is the beauty
Exactly.
of support also. Okay.
Okay.
So designers and supporters to the business, we are users of SAP providing help to the customer to run his business.
Okay.
Right?
So, sir,
But the
you will
idea
give
is,
the training of all kind of job role, like as a support consultant, as a consultant, and as a end user.
I will first train you in SAP.
Okay.
Now it depends. When see, normally what happens, I'll tell you. When you go to a company in you providing services in SAP, typically you first get your middle class companies. Okay.
Okay.
Accenture is there, Cognizant is there. There are thousands of consulting companies in SAP. Then after some time, looking at your experience, looking at your logic, looking at your speed of providing solutions, providing the correct solutions, you have opportunities in big companies like TCS, Tata ITL, Infosys, IBM, Wipro, tremendous. And these are Indian companies outside, and all these Indian companies have almost offices in the globe, in every big city. So you
Sir,
can imagine
how is the market in UAE for SAP? Do you
how
have
is
any
the
idea?
marketing.
UAE market is for SAP.
Everybody,
Like,
you go to Saudi, you go to UAE, and why UAE? Big,
Okay.
think big, no?
Yeah.
Today you are comfortable in UAE and you like UAE. Tomorrow you may have a target to go to Netherlands or UK or US and work there.
Yes,
Or
sure.
staying in UAE, you join some company in India, Infosys, and they may send you to any country in the Gulf, any country in Europe. Go to that company, travel a lot,
Okay.
have a small bag ready, your laptop is your tool, and internet is
Okay.
your godfather.
Okay. Okay.
So why
SAP,
UAE?
sir. Yes.
Huh.
Sir, I have one question. Can I ask if you don't mind?
Yeah, please.
Sir, are you working or somewhere right now, or only I
I am a full-time trainer now.
Okay.
I am a full-time
So,
trainer because I am 65 years old now, and now I think it is my job to provide knowledge of SAP as well as business. I have worked in business, in manufacturing industry for 23 years, 22 years in SAP. So
yeah.
if I want young boys to grow, it is my job to train them now. It is not that I cannot work in company. I was working in company for 22 years in SAP only. Before that, for 23 years, I have worked in manufacturing industry.
So you must.
Okay.
So then you definitely you had multiple implementation experience.
Yes, yes. I have done multiple implementations. I have done rollouts. I have done supporting. I have done training. I have done everything.
Sir, in my case, actually, we are having the concept like somewhere P2P and like stock exchange, billing, unbilling, and everything. So everything is syllabus we are covering
These
in
are all
this.
business processes. P2P
Uh-huh.
is procure to pay.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Correct. Now, what is in procure to pay? Some department creates a equation. It goes to
Okay.
buyer. Buyer creates a PO. He finds a vendor. He negotiates with him about the rate. Then the PO goes from SAP. After the PO is given to vendor provides you the material or service. After he does that, he raises the bill. You check the bill according to your purchase order. If the bill is correct, you pass the bill. After the bill is passed, it goes to finance. Finance checks the cash position and then they pay your vendor and the money goes to that bank, his bank, vendor's bank. That is P2P cycle.
And one more question, sir, means after this training complete, means I am planning what I am saying, like I am planning to search a job as like a experienced guy, like 1 year or 1.5 year in SAP. So is it possible after this training? I mean, like it depends on my practice and all everything.
See, naturally it depends on how much do you grab, how much knowledge do you grab, what is your intellectual level, how fast do you understand the problem, how fast do you understand the requirements of the customer, how fast do you come out with a solution and provide the design or a support to the customer. And depending on that, when you are interviewed for SAP expertise, you may get the company. That's why I said when you are a fresher in SAP, you generally get mid-sized companies, and after you work there for a year or two, you get a lot of hands-on knowledge to work in SAP. And the moment you get that knowledge, you can always go to higher companies. You can shift the country from this country to that country, or you can join any big organization. And on that big organization's behalf, you can travel the world. So ultimately, success is in your hands. Knowledge,
Yes, sir,
giving
definitely.
knowledge to you is in my hands.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Yes, sir.
All
So
right.
you will give us a practical oriented knowledge, like industrial based practical oriented knowledge, right? Means like uh, example.
Actually, that we will ask to the institute because I have got 30 hours.
Okay.
Okay. And in 30 hours, I can explain you all the concepts.
Okay.
That this is the see, everything has got a purpose, everything has got a use.
Mhm.
So I will give you the ideas of all the types of configuration, master processes, and organization structure, how they function in SAP. And once you know that, then you have to practice, you have to think, you have to read, you have to watch, and keep up applying.
So the total class hours is 30, sir.
30. And then if you want further extended training, I will talk to the institute and we may extend it typically 80 hours. In 80 hours, you have sufficient working experience. You get SAP server from the institute on which we do the training. And after the training, uh, if the institute allows, we may extend it for further detailed training of 80 hours. That I will talk to the institute.
Okay, because yesterday I spoke with institute. What they told me, mostly the training it will depends on completely based on the industrial knowledge, industrial practice only, and we will get the projects, and I need to work on the projects, small projects,
Correct.
and
Correct.
you need to practice it.
Correct. So once you both join the training, I will complete your training, and based on that knowledge, you will be given a trial project or a project by the institute. You go on a real-time project. You get that experience of single project. Once you get experience of one implementation project, that is supposed to be a good experience by any SAP company. SAP means SAP implementation company, and they hire you. I have not
Yes.
seen any person who has done training in SAP and does not have a job.
Okay.
So
That's
you
what
will
actually I
sir,
have
provide
doubt.
sir also. Yes, sir, Deepak, go ahead.
Yeah, no, means that what I'm looking like. I am expecting one project where I can involve my entire knowledge, whatever I will gain it and
Perfect.
whatever I will practice it. So
Correct.
at least my knowledge will at much at that level I can crack the interview or I can
Correct.
attend
So
the interview on the basis.
along with my training, your self-study is more important.
Yes,
Exploring
sir,
SAP,
definitely.
exploring various ideas in SAP. अच्छा ये business ऐसे होता है. What is subcontracting? What is consignment? What is A,
हाँ.
B, C, D, E, F? And it is endless. So don't worry, knowledge is not a problem. Your, your dedication,
हाँ.
your efforts, if you are ready to work 12, 16 hours a day, then you are the right candidate for SAP. Because you get money also like that.
Yes,
Sir,
definitely.
the real-time project you said, like like a dummy project or what? It will be real-time project.
That you talk to the institute. I am only trainer of SAP. If they give you a practice project or if they give you a live project, that we will discuss with the institute.
Okay. So it will
Okay,
cover
okay.
it in 30 hours or it will be
No. 30 hours is only knowledge training. SAP knowledge training works. How SAP works in purchasing, how SAP works in inventory management, how SAP works in material masters, and all that taxation, how SAP works in pricing procedure, how it has to be designed, how it has to be changed. All that I will cover.
So you will
Remaining-
cover all kind of topics like
Correct.
whatever
All kind of
what is
topics you should know. That I will cover.
and you will also give the test like right? No?
Yeah,
Yeah, you will also give the practice test, right?
I will give you practice test, but real implementation experience is your first live test.
Okay.